Washington Times front page for Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The Biden administration seemingly ruled out extraterrestrials as the explanation for 3 shootdowns of unidentified objects over North America this weekend. Pentagon correspondent Ben Wolfgang reports Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin told reporters that the 3 objects shot down in Alaska, Canada's Yukon Territory, and over Lake Huron did not present a danger to anyone on the ground. He insisted that the craft, all still of undetermined origin, did present a risk to civil aviation and potentially an intelligence collection threat. And White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said there was no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity. Beyond that, there were far more questions than answers about the craft themselves, and perhaps more important, about the potentially serious gaps in U.S. airspace security they may have exposed. Despite growing pressure on President Biden to address the public about the incidents, explanations remained elusive. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said one reason for the lack of information is that recovery efforts are underway to collect and analyze the debris. Until those efforts yield answers, he said, the White House doesn't want to speak without all of the facts. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said the president owes the American people some answers, and Colorado Democratic Senator and Intelligence Committee member Michael Bennet said lawmakers and the public deserve to know more. The pace of illegal immigration picked up at the less protected U.S. Canada border last month. Stephen Dinan reports U.S. Border Patrol's sector that covers New Hampshire, Vermont, and the northern tip of New York said it's running at historic levels of detected illegal crossings. Agents in the sector nabbed 367 unauthorized migrants in January and topped 1,500 dating to October 1st. That's already more than all of 2022 for the sector. Across the entire northern border, agents have encountered more than 2,200 illegal immigrants so far this fiscal year, about equal to all of last year. Most are Canadians, followed by Indian nationals. You can read all of these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. You can also find the entire lineup of podcasts at The Washington Times at WashingtonTimes.com/podcasts. While North Korea's military progress raises strategic questions, there's also economic ones, including how that progress has been funded. Political will is clearly one answer, Andrew Salmon reports. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has made weapons development a focal economic priority. But South Korean officials and analysts say part of the answer is a specialized corps of online hackers who clandestinely brought in nearly $2 billion last year to finance North Korea's military-industrial complex. Analysts say joint international efforts to slow this money supply are just now beginning. And finally, Valerie Richardson takes a look at the money behind the Global Disinformation Index. According to the Washington Examiner, the index secretly distributes blacklists of conservative news organizations to advertising companies. The index reportedly received more than $300,000 through 2 State Department-backed entities, the Global Engagement Center and the National Endowment for Democracy. A State Department spokesperson pushed back on the claims, saying the Global Engagement Center in no way moderates content on its social media platforms. That is not its mission or its intent. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.